What's going on, everybody? This is your girl, Bizzy Brea, Lovie D,
Hey.
and Jen for Real 100.
What's up?
Hey, you guys, hope everybody's having a fabulous day. And of course, we hope your day is just a little bit brighter since you've tuned in to Busy Breeze. All right, you guys, today's hot topic is if you're going to have a pet, is it going to be a dog or a cat? As we know, everyone has their preferences. Some even have snakes or birds or gerbils or hamsters. But we're going to focus on the two, I feel, main popular domesticated animals, which would be a dog or a cat. So let's talk about the pros and cons. We pretty much know where Jen for Real 100 stands, myself, Busy Brea, and Lovey D. But we want to tell you why we feel that our pet choice is numero uno. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off real quick with saying I just personally believe I've had both cats and dogs my entire life. Both. I am highly allergic to cats, but that literally has nothing to do with the reason why I feel like dogs are the better choice for an animal. She's hating y'all.
Lovey D
Pay
doesn't
no
like
attention. Pay no attention to the peanut gallery, okay? I think dogs are a better choice, especially if they're mid-sized to large, because they can protect you and your family. They are protectors. And if, say, a robber is trying to come into your home, or if there's danger lurking, and there's statistics on this, FYI, they can protect you, whether it's barking for alerting the family. I know that too. There's been house fires where a dog will bark to alert the family of that danger, and also potential other harm to the family. That is my main reason. And of course, dogs are very loyal. They love to bond with family members and things of that nature. And if you have a young child, maybe a single child in the home, that can also kind of portray a friendship as well. So that is just kind of my reasoning. And as far as why I don't think a cat is necessarily the best choice, although I do understand why cats would be a good choice. Lovey. It's just because, again, I feel like all animals should have a purpose, because you're feeding, shots, the vaccinations, and they have to have a real purpose, and a dog can protect you from real physical harm. Jen, you guys can't see Jen, but she's laughing right now.
I agree with Brie.
Okay, but anyway, so because Jen believes me, agrees with me, I'm actually going to turn the mic over to Lovey real quick, because we don't want to gang up on her. We're not on the gang up bully culture.
We're not going to hate cat lovers.
Yes,
We
and
love
my
you
mom
all.
has a cat, Coco. Shout out to Coco in
Hey, Coco.
But anyways, I have had cats in the past, and I'm highly allergic, just FYI. Highly, meaning when I step into a home, you guys, that has a cat, I will instantly, my throat, I have lost my voice before.
Wow.
And if they scratch me or lick me, my skin will start bumping up.
Wow.
My eyes will be, red. I'll start coughing. It's crazy. And that just happened when I was an adult. But anyways, Lovey, have you had a dog before?
I have.
Okay. Why do you choose cats over dogs?
I've just always been a cat person. I just love cuddling with cats. To me, I have a connection with cats. I think it's more on the spiritual side. The reason I guess I gravitate towards cats. I'm not against dogs. One of my most favorite loved animal kids before I had children was a dog, Braxton. His name was Braxton Picard. So
wait, a last name?
Branch. His last name was Branch.
Okay.
But his first name was Braxton. His middle name was Picard. And I gave him his name because I was a big fan of Tony Braxton, as we know. So I gave him the name Braxton. And then I was a big fan of Star Trek, which was Jean-Luc Picard. So I just put the two and called him Braxton Picard.
Okay.
But he was my baby for a long time. So I'm not opposed to dogs. And a lot of things you said about dogs are true to fact. Braxton was truly a protector. He was an aggressive dog. He was English German Shepherd and Border Collie. So he was a huge dog. He was very protective of me, even against my ex-husband. So I agree with everything you and Jen have said. when it comes to dogs being the protector, defensive, alerting, because there's been a many times I was home by myself and Braxton did that. But before getting Braxton, my ex-husband knew I was a cat person. He knew I loved cats, but because we had got a new home, he felt that he didn't want the new cat because I don't believe in the decline of cats. And he knew that was having a new home, new wood, fresh wood, that the cat would probably claw up a lot of things. So he didn't, I'll say, permit me to have a cat. So he ended up getting me a dog as a pet. And that's how I fell in love with Braxton. However, my choice of pets would be a cat. I just love cats on the spiritual level. I love cats for, as we were talking earlier, you communicate with your dog. I communicated with my cat. My cat, she talked. If anybody knows, cats can be talkers too. So I'm truly a cat person for a lot of reasons. I just feel like I connect with cats on the feline side of being a female. I just connect with cats.
And we're gonna get to Jen real quick, but we're gonna circle back to you on why you don't believe in decline. But we're gonna go to Jen real quick. Jen?
Okay. Yes, I am in agreement with Bizzy Brea. I am a dog lover, always have been. Lovey, don't do that. I grew I grew up with dogs. All of my life, I've always been around a dog. So and it was funny because my ex-husband, his family did not believe in dogs being in the home. And I've always had house dogs growing up. So I was telling him I wanted a house dog, and he was so against it. He was so against it. However, because I love to push the envelope and I'm a fiery Sagittarius, I snuck a dog home.
A whole dog, yeah.
I snuck a whole Pekingese puppy home. And my thing is, what can you say? I said, what can you say? It's here now.
Yeah.
So luckily, the dog and I did not get put out the home. And from then on, we had house dogs. So I turned him into a house dog lover.
Okay. Well, quick question. Have you ever had a cat?
I have never had a cat. I
And why?
I don't have good experiences with cat. My one of my good friends in college, she was my roommate in college. And then when we got older, we all had our own homes. Her cat did not like me. If I pulled up in her driveway, her cat would sit in the driveway and would not let me put my car out. Pull up. I'm blowing the horn like, cat, move. So she comes out the door. I said, can you please tell your cat to let me in the driveway? So she would tell the cat, tell the cat to move out the way. I'm like, okay. And then when I'm in her house and I'm sitting there having a conversation, the cat would jump on the arm of the sofa and just stare me down. I'm like, what is wrong with your cat? She's like, oh, you're in her spot. I'm like, okay, excuse me then. I'm in the cat spot. And cats don't talk. I need a dog. I need a dog. I need something that's gonna bark. Yeah, but it doesn't talk to alert me something's going on. It's trying to have a conversation with me. I don't want a cat conversation. I need a dog that's gonna bark to let me know that there's danger lurking.
I feel you. Yeah. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. The little meow meow meow.
Yes.
All that. I get it. And then let's not forget about when cats are in heat, just FYI. We're gonna go back to that and how awful that noise is.
And then sometimes not all cat people, but sometimes cat people allow their cats to roam in places that I don't like a kitchen counter, on a kitchen stove. I just don't believe that cats should have that much command and control of a household.
I agree with that. And I think Lovey does too.
I agree. And as we were discussing earlier before we start this segment, my cat, I don't have her anymore, but we had boundaries that she understood, that she did not cross the threshold to come into the kitchen.
Wait, how real quick, how did you get her? Because some people believe that you cannot train a cat. I personally believe you can with called a spray bottle, just FYI.
Oh my God. The same way.
I'm with you, Brea.
And that's one of the things I think people need to educate themselves when it comes to cats. People like, you can't train a cat to be on a leash, and you can. You can train a cat to be on a leash. You can train a cat to do a lot of things. They're not as easy to train when it comes to certain things as dogs are. But with my cat Trinket, it was easy. I think they understand the same way with dogs, the tone of your voice. And it did come with a few little skippity paps, for her to understand. I said no. But I've always been one, I don't care, cat, dog, lizard, snake, gerbil, hamster, none of them should be allowed in the kitchen.
Fire ant.
Fire ants. Kids do have those pet fire ants. They really have ant farms.
So I think in no shape, form, or fashion of a pet should be allowed in the kitchen. I just think for sanitary reasons, no pet should be allowed in the kitchen, because I can't stand to see people allow their dogs to lick their spoon.
First of all, cats are in a kitty litter.
Yeah.
Touching feces and pee and things like that.
Mhm.
So I do have a problem with cats being on the counter.
Mhm.
But I've been to people's homes where cats are swinging from curtains and just doing all kinds of chaotic things. And I just think cats are just a little bit less trainable or have a harder time with boundaries than dogs. I could be wrong.
I think it's all in the owner. It's all in the cat parent, how they train their cat, how they interact with their cat. The same way with your dog. I've seen people allow their dogs to do some of everything in their house. But again, it comes with how you train your pet.
Okay.
So for me, I've never had a hard time training a cat, because I usually get them as a kitten. And so I already get that bond. They already learned the ups and downs of my voice when I'm being stern or when I'm being playful. So those things to me was always made it easier for me to have a cat when it came to boundaries of the kitchen, getting on, the couch. They have their own little bed. They have their own little scratching post, those things. So my cat understood you don't claw the couch, because again, they get a skippity pap and that harsh tone. And after a few of those, it's kind of like, I know I better not claw mommy's couch.
A skippity pap or a shoe thrown at their bottom.
Lovey, you taught me something new. I did not know cats can be trained.
Cats can be trained.
I have always said that, and I know my mom has a cat, Coco. Shout out to Coco.
Shout out.
Hey, Coco.
My mom actually walks Coco in like a little baby stroller.
Oh, wow. See?
Outside and at the mall. And I think she's known in Lansing, Michigan as the cat lady.
And I'm sure
my God.
Coco stays in the carriage, in the stroller.
I've never personally seen it, and I don't think I want to see it, but
sure, she'll be taking Coco out. Coco's jumping out the stroller in public. So Coco has some training. Coco has some restraint. Coco is a bit pampered. So Coco probably truly enjoys the stroller ride, the same way y'all little pocket puppies like being carried around in a purse.
And I'm not necessarily a fan of pocket puppies either. So I'm a fan of like medium to big size dogs.
Okay.
Dogs that will think twice. I want to be able to take my dog outside at midnight and jog if I feel the need, or go to an ATM machine, or go to the gas pump and not feel like
do that with a cat.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I want to be able to go anywhere with a big mastiff or a bully or a pit bull and know that I am well protected. Okay. That's just how I perceive it.
Okay.
I love small breed dogs. Even though I've had
ankle biters.
I do, even though I've had anywhere from Chihuahuas to German Shepherds, and I actually have a long-haired Chihuahua.
They're ankle biters.
His name is Axel Bean Gaines.
Okay.
Axel.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a
You have to give the dog first, middle, and last name.
I have to.
I love Jen for a 100. This is where we cross the line now. I'm not a fan of the ankle biters because they feel like they are so aggressive. They're so aggressive. And it's like they're more bark than bite, but they do bite a lot,
They're ankle biters.
But it's funny because like if you ever see Jen, I know if you ever seen like a small dog and a big dog, the big dog's looking at him, the small dog, like I would do one bite and you're gone.
Like
correct.
Like the old story, I know you guys have heard it, was the little dog kept barking at the big dog. He go to the gate and come back, bark, and then somebody left the gate. He said, "Who the hell left the gate open?"
Yes, I've heard of that.
Ankle biters, right?
Now, maybe if I'm not into taking care of dogs like that. So maybe if I didn't have kids and I was maybe if I was like a single or no kids, I would like to dress up my dog and spray paint him pink and do all that
I
weird
used
stuff.
to do that.
Okay.
I had a
Um,
Yorkie. My Yorkie wore clothes.
have the
My
cute
long-haired
little
Chihuahua has a sweater.
yeah, have the cute little purses like Paris Hilton and have your dog in there and
No.
then at this 12 past 10 all of a sudden the stench hits all of the people in the airline on the flight, but
They're
no,
emotional support dogs.
But I used to put. Trinket had a sweater.
Trinket. That's
Trinket,
I've never seen a cat with clothes.
Yeah, Trinket had a sweater. She was a Maine Coon, so she was a big cat.
I was gonna ask you, yeah, what type of cat?
So if she wasn't a little bitty, hairless cat like you see on Austin Powers, Trinket was a
Okay.
Maine Coon. So
what color was she?
she was she brown, orange, grayish color.
Okay.
Oh, kind of
big
like
cat.
a calico.
Yes.
Look.
Yes.
Okay.
But she didn't have the swirl. She was just, the I'd say airbrush colors.
Okay. So that's pretty.
But she was a big cat. But
I was just about to say I heard Mancoons can get really large.
mine didn't get to be that big. She was a big size cat. She was a 2.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she was a big cat, but she was still not, I could say, full grown. But
okay, I was gonna say those hairless cats that I've seen, those are
Yeah.
some weird looking cats.
they're not
Yeah, it's like a rat cat mix it out.
really.
Okay, so we all agree on that at least.
Yeah, we don't want
Okay.
cat.
So we all agree on no hairless
No
cats at
hairless
least.
cat.
Correct. No hairless cat.
No hairless pets, period. That's
No
just weird.
hairless dog. There are hairless dogs too.
Hairless dogs?
Yes,
What
yeah.
are those
I don't
dogs?
want a hairless nothing.
Yeah, we want some hairless something.
Kind of weird. Okay. That's odd. But anyway, so I have had cats and dogs, but I did become allergic to cats as I got older. And it's not fun because you go into somebody's house and all of a sudden you are turning red, you got bumps on your skin, you're starting to cough, you're sneezing. It's not fun, you guys. It really isn't. And I've never had that reaction to a dog, but I have had an allergic reaction to a dog, but it's never been like that. And I can't understand what's the difference between a dog and a cat. Why would I have more of an allergic reaction to a cat?
One thing
I think it's their fur.
Yeah, I'm a cat person, but I've gone to people's home who has cats.
Mhm.
And if you don't brush your cat, I say dog either. If you don't brush them often, get the loose hair, the pet dander, all those things are what you're allergic to.
And the spit too. I heard you're allergic to
the cat spit.
Uh-huh.
I've heard about
And the dog
being
spit.
around pregnant women, but with cats, I know with my cat, with Trinket, she's a long-haired cat. She's Maine Coon. So I would brush her sometimes twice a day, depending on what I was doing, but at least every day I brush Trinket to keep down the pet hair, the pet dander, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I can kind of minimize maybe your allergies. But again, if you're a cat person, you're not a cat person.
But if you go, like I've had cats, like I said, since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going into somebody's home and they have like say 1 or 2 cats,
Mm-hmm.
I can immediately
tell.
You can tell. Okay.
You just tell my nose gets to twitching, and
that's because they're not. I'm gonna say I'm not bashing anymore. They're not thoroughly cleaning their home,
or maybe
they're not
they have
thoroughly
carpet.
brushing their cat. So when you have a pet, especially a long-haired pet, cat or dog, you have to continuously clean, or you're gonna have those issues. It may not be as effective on your allergies or as valid if you go into a home with someone thoroughly cleaning on a regular because they have a long-haired pet.
That makes sense. And you guys, okay, we're about to take a break real quick. We're having a heated discussion.
Just a little discord.
Cats versus dogs. What do you prefer? Or do you not prefer any pets at all? I mean, I personally feel like pets can bring something to the table, into the household as far as kids are concerned as well. So anyways, we'll be right back talking about cats and dogs. What you prefer? We'll be right back. All right, you guys, we are back from break and we are talking about what's better, having a cat or having a dog. I can't with y'all.
So I want to expound on what Brea was saying about the allergies with pets. And I am allergic to dander, pollen. So it doesn't bother me in the wintertime, but my dog goes outside and on his coat, because he's a long-haired dog, the coat attracts a lot of things. So what I have pet wipes. So allergy to pet wipes. So what I do is as soon as he comes back in the home, I wipe him down with those with those pet wipes. So it cuts down on that allergy for me because my allergies can get real bad. And I can remember when I just let him in real fast. If I don't wipe him down, my allergies take me out.
That's a good point, especially when that green pollen hits in Georgia.
Oh, yes.
That alone, I remember when I first came to Georgia, I was like, what is all this green stuff?
Yes.
Nobody told me.
Yeah.
Just coming from Michigan. I'm
Mhm.
like, and I was well aware of allergies because I had bad allergies in Michigan with all the trees and everything.
Okay.
But we didn't see all the green.
Exactly.
I mean, I was like, I remember one time the rain came and it was just like green
Yeah.
liquid
Mhm.
running down the streets, and then
Your-
add a pet to the mix.
And
You
your
might as
car
well.
is coated. Your car is coated with that green pollen.
Mhm.
That's exactly right. I really feel like people need like an entrance exam before they move to Georgia,
Yes.
before
really
they come from
do.
anywhere else.
Yes, they definitely come from the
Especially
Midwest.
if you're below the gnat line, there's actually a gnat line in Georgia. If you're below that gnat line and you're not used to gnats, you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And it's and I know we're getting off a little topic too, but I will also say someone needs to prepare people for those big roaches with the wings,
Cucarachas.
well, whatever they're called,
Yeah,
palmetto
the
bugs.
tree bugs. Yeah, those tree bugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one prepared me for those, and when those things took flight, listen,
Those are pets for people.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, big one.
The palmetto bugs, big roaches with wings. But anyway, so we're not talking about those, but
Those are people's pets.
right. Added bonus. But yes, you're correct, Jen. In dealing with dogs and allergies and cats with allergies,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that is a huge issue, especially during the spring because you're already battling the pollen
Mhm.
and all those blooming flowers,
Yes.
trees, and then you got the wind, and then it starts
Yeah.
wind
Oh,
starts spraying
the
and blowing
worst.
the green pollen everywhere, and then you got the dog dander or the cat dander, and it can wreak havoc on a person's life.
Yes.
Let's just say
Yeah.
that.
That's for Love. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do cats like to take baths?
In most cases, no. But it again with me with my cat, and I have to keep referring back to Trinket because she was my most recent one. I had to start. She was used to getting bathed, but with cats, you don't have to bathe them on a regular like you do dogs.
Okay.
But because I got Trinket from the rescue place, the animal rescue, she was used to getting groomed and used to being getting the baths. So the one thing I
Okay.
found that works great for cats, because cats they do not like water, which is known. You can
Okay.
get the dry shampoo.
Oh, nice.
If you
Okay.
get the
That's
dry
nice.
shampoo, you can still give your cat a bath on a regular, quote unquote. But of course, cats they bathe themselves
Okay.
quite well. That's why they get what they call hairballs, because they do constantly bathe themselves,
Oh.
and licking themselves. And you see cats, they lick their paw and they lick, wipe their eyes. If you ever seen a cat wash his face.
Yeah, I don't trust that
So of
licking
course,
this
putting
Like,
they
how
put-
clean is licking yourself?
well, it's animal life. Dogs lick themselves.
Yeah, but they don't lick themselves to clean themselves. They lick
But they
other
they do
areas.
and
They
they
lick
lick their
other areas.
genitalia.
Thank you. That's
Dogs
what they lick.
That's what I'm saying. Dogs lick their genitalia, whereas cats they lick their paws to clean their face. They lick their,
Okay.
so you don't have to worry about that
Interesting.
part.
Which is why I'm not a fan, TikTok, of seeing these videos where you have your dogs,
Licking your mouth.
as sweet it may be,
Ugh.
not only licking your mouth or your tongue, but also licking on your babies.
Gross.
Ugh, that is
Gross.
like-
Yeah.
ugh.
That
But
I
yeah.
don't kiss dogs. I don't kiss animals. You're not allowed
No.
around my mouth, around my food, not around me when I'm eating, period.
Okay,
Yes.
I got a quick story. So we had a pit bull probably about 5 years ago. And we had the dog out. Atlanta's very dog friendly. So we were at a
Mhm.
restaurant, outdoor restaurant, and the dog was probably just, a little bit of a puppy. And these people came across the dog and was like, oh, what a beautiful dog. And let our dog lick them in the mouth. Now,
Interesting.
okay, but here's a caveat. You ready, Jen?
Yeah, I'm
Our
ready.
dog just got done licking something uninteresting.
Oh my God. Interesting.
I'm talking about 1 minute before they came up and licked and like basically kissed our dog.
But you know
Oh,
what
wow.
what people try to get around it is they'll try and say a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth.
I
I
don't.
don't go around licking tails.
Okay, how would they know?
Exactly.
Oh, I
How
don't
would
go
they
around licking body parts in public.
Because last I checked, dogs can't brush their own teeth.
No, well, and I love Trinket, but I wasn't gonna let Trinket lick me in my mouth.
Yeah, I do draw a line of dogs licking me in the mouth. Yeah.
Okay, here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Or they let them lick their ice cream and then they lick their ice cream.
No,
Okay, but
yeah, go to
we-
Brewster's and they're giving them their own personal ice cream.
as a greeting, we're not sniffing each other's butts. Well, let's just start there.
Well, there are people with fetishes, so I don't know.
But as a general, we typically
The general
handshake or
greeting.
fist pound or say hi without touching.
You're right.
We don't
Yeah.
sniff each other's butts like dogs
What
do.
if we start doing that?
No.
Lovey,
Hello,
no.
how are you?
No.
I'm great.
Oh, so you had spaghetti for dinner?
Or you're not clean down there. You may want to take care of that.
So I took a whole different turn.
Are you using two-ply?
Oh, exactly. I can tell you're not. I'm going to recommend some for you.
You know, but speaking of that, of not us, but with our pet, Jen, I know you mentioned wipes, and I've seen like with some animal parents, they use wipes to when their pet is done using the bathroom, they
I
wipe their
do.
pets because they're, of course, like even with cats pretty clean. Cats are pretty clean animals, but even with dogs, I know like animal parents would keep the wipes and they would wipe their pet afterwards just to make sure they were thoroughly clean.
Yes.
Before
I
they
do
put it
that
out.
too.
But
I do
will
that
say
too.
this too, though. You know, it's also not that sanitary for you to wear your shoes. I'm gonna go this a little different direction.
Uh-huh.
Wearing your shoe, Jen knows where I'm going. Wearing
Mhm.
your shoes in the house.
Mhm.
You know, somebody comes back from the airport. Like I always make people
Mhm.
take off their shoes.
Yeah, like right now.
Exactly.
I take my
Because
shoes off in anybody's house.
they did a study and they found all this feces and all of these germs.
Yes.
And I'm talking not hundreds, thousands of germs just walking outside or at the airport or at a store. And so just imagine an animal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do wipe my dog paws. He's looking at me like she's crazy, but you're walking around, you may be walking in poop, so I'm wiping your paws.
Right.
I'm lifting his tail up like, is anything
Yes.
good? Yeah, so I do wipe my dog.
Ticks, fleas, all the stuff that
Yeah,
likes to attach to a
exactly.
furry animal.
And you
Mhm.
know what we're talking about even cleaning up our pets and picking up behind our pets. That's another issue I have with dogs is because like in the neighborhood I moved
Yeah.
into, people walk their dogs. They don't have the little poopy bags that they carry with them. And they just sometimes they don't even have the dog on a leash. They just let their dogs just run and poop and pee on every mailbox in the neighborhood and then
I
take them
hate
back home.
that.
Not on the
Yeah,
mailbox.
girl, we had a dog. They the little ankle biter. Me and my neighbor watched out the window, watched this little ankle biter come out of the neighbor's garage, went to every mailbox. We live in a cul-de-sac, to every mailbox in that cul-de-sac and peed. And then he got to one neighbor and literally pooped right in front of their mailbox. I was furious because I'm like, now what if that neighbor comes in
Wow.
to check their mail and they're gonna step right in
And
it?
it's step in
dog-
poop. Yeah.
That dog was marking his territory. He must have been a Leo
Well,
I need
you know, it was Virgo.
or
I
a
need to
Sagittarius
research. Yeah, probably a Sagittarius. I need
or
to
an Aries.
research. Yes.
But a
Or,
Virgo.
or
Fiery
Virgo.
sign.
Or a Virgo.
But
Love-
yeah, but that's another, not a Virgo. Cats are Virgos. But another thing that I didn't like about dogs is because you do have to clean up behind your dog. You have to
That's
actually
true.
let your dog out to go use the bathroom. You have to
Wait,
walk
wait, hold
your
on.
dog.
Oh, hold on. But
You
you
have to
got to
walk the
clean
dog.
up after your cat too.
But you can have the automatic litter box. They literally spray.
What about outside cats?
I don't have an outside cat. I don't do outside cats. I
No,
don't
but
let
what
my cat
about
go
the
outside.
ones outside? Like, do
That's
they
not
not
my
poop in
problem.
people, y'all?
That's a stray.
Okay, listen though. I think it's great to have a dog because it does force you to go outside and get some exercise. We're already too
Right.
lazy as a society.
Eh. Boo.
I'm just saying, a dog will get you
Yeah.
outside, get you walking, get your,
You're
get your
right.
heart rate
Okay.
regulated, and we
Mhm.
are already. The doctors tell us as a society overall,
Yes.
we're
Okay.
a little
So,
lazy. We need to get out and go
And
walk.
especially our Western civilization,
okay, so for us
aka
who don't,
North
for us who don't
America.
have dogs, are you saying we're lazy?
Yes.
Is that what I just heard?
No,
That
we're
is
saying
correct.
you get less exercise. Let's exercise what we're saying. Because you
Now, there
have
are some
dog
lazy,
parks.
right? And
Yeah,
there's no
dog park.
are there cat parks?
I'm gonna Google
Yeah.
and find one.
Because
Where you can
people
get
out there throwing frisbees with their dogs, they're throwing,
Right.
balls at their dogs, they're running around with their dogs. So yeah,
Right.
love it.
Which understand we're talking about two different breeds of animals. You don't see gerbil park, you don't see hamster park. So I mean, come on, guys, give me, throw me a bone. I don't have a dog in the race.
She doesn't have a dog in a fight. We're sorry, Lovey.
Dog in the fight.
We'll give you something. Cats are more fluffy.
And yes, and I will
Cats are
say,
more cuddly.
let me see what else I could say
No,
about
with them sharp
cats.
claws. I'm not trying to cuddle up to some sharp claws. I might
Oh,
wake
my
up bleeding.
Now the one thing, a pro for me against a cat is that you can leave a cat at home and you don't have to, worry about taking it out, because I can't leave my dog at home for long. I have to
cannot.
come home and let my dog out. So sometimes that's
Exactly.
an inconvenience.
Exactly.
So Jen, very true, because you're gonna have to pay for a boarding
Yep.
Yeah, and I live
place
alone.
for your dog, and it is not cheap.
And it's not
Exactly.
cheap. I
Exactly.
traveled one time and I had a dog, and I was in Chicago a lot, and that boarding fee was not
Yep.
cheap.
Don't have to worry about that if you got
And
a cat.
okay, we got it on
We
that,
get it,
Lovey D.
Just want to make sure I read.
But I will say, I do know some people who are paying a hefty daycare fee for their dogs.
I don't understand that people taking their dogs to daycare. Like, now I draw the line somewhere now.
Well, I don't think they want to come home to a tore up
house.
leather couch.
Yes.
Or some people go ahead.
No, or a tore up drywall situation.
Yeah, and tore up shoes, clothes, all nine.
Yeah, and I have a certain area with my dog. I have a baby gate, and there's a certain area with my dog when I'm not home. That's the only area he has access to. And because he's a small dog, he can't jump over the gate. I've had a medium-sized dog before where the baby gate did not bother the dog because he would actually jump over it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, truth moment here. Our family just bought a new puppy today.
Congrats.
So I'm looking around at the walls.
Enjoy them while you can. Enjoy them while you can.
And now I'm like, maybe we need to get a baby gate.
Yes. Enjoy them.
My dog has chewed, the molding around the bottom of the wall. Yes, I've known chew marks. Like, why? You have plenty of chew toys. Why?
I think we have a space downstairs that has been appropriately sectioned off for the puppy while the puppy's in training. I'll just say that.
All the reasons why you should have a cat.
Boo.
And I do have puppy pads or dog pads, and my dog knows when he's in that area to use the puppy pad.
So real quick, what kind of dogs do you prefer, Jen, before we end the show?
I have two. If it's a small breed dog, then I like Chihuahuas. I like Yorkies. I've had a Pekingese before. If it's a large breed dog, because I grew up with German Shepherds, I like German Shepherds. I like pit bulls, and I like huskies, because huskies actually will talk to you, and it's the funniest thing to see.
That is true. I've had a husky before. They are big. What was
very
that
vocal.
What was that husky that was on YouTube? What was the name of that husky that was talking?
I don't know, but it talked all the time.
Kita, I think.
But was it a Kita? Because Kita is a type of dog.
Yeah, Kita's a type of dog.
But there was a name of a dog, a husky that was talking all the time, and the dog had a YouTube, and it was like, "I love you, I love you," something like that. Like
huskies are very vocal. They're like people.
And they love to sit on those couches. They love to imitate their owners.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing I don't allow. I do not allow animals in the kitchen, and do not get on my furniture. You have enough beds. My dog has beds in every room. Yeah. Every room you have a bed. Do not get on my furniture.
And I don't like when owners let the dogs jump up on people. Yes. Just FYI.
What about yeah, go ahead.
But okay, we'll get back to this, you guys. We gotta take a quick break, and we'll be right back talking about dogs and cats. All right, you guys, we are back talking about cats and dogs and what you prefer and why you prefer them. So we're talking about the favorite types of dogs, animals, the cats. Jen, you said you like huskies?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, because I have a preference when it comes to small dogs. I like Chihuahuas, of course. I like Yorkies, and I've had a Pekingese before. When it comes to larger dogs, German Shepherds, because I grew up with a German Shepherd. My ex and I used to breed white German Shepherds.
Oh.
Yeah, they're very beautiful too. And then I like pit bulls because contrary to personal belief, it depends on how they're raised. I've been to a park where it was nothing but pit bulls there, and I was able to pet them, and they were very lovely dogs. So yeah,
I
and I like
agree.
huskies because huskies talk to you, so I like huskies.
So I've had a husky since I was a chow and husky mix, actually. But
Okay.
I couldn't do that anymore because a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But the second to that would be like a bully or a pit bull for me,
Okay.
or a
What about
mastiff.
you, Lovey? Okay. Oh, I love mastiff. They drew too much though.
I know that's the only thing, especially like when you're in the
Mhm.
in Georgia,
Mhm.
July or
Yeah.
August,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you
Uh-huh.
got the window down, you might get a little spit
It's
on you.
live. It's live. It's live.
Yeah. So, Lovey, what about you at cat breeds?
Definitely Maine Coon. I
Okay.
just love because they do get to be large cat. And I'm again just being a cat person, but I would have to say a Maine Coon.
How large do they
Okay.
get?
They get large as mountain lions if possible. Yeah,
I've
if you
Googled
Google,
them.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you Google Maine Coon, they're large and they're not whereas a mountain lion were slim and streamlined. Maine Coons are big, fluffy, heavy cats. So yeah, but I would have to say a Maine Coon.
If I
Okay.
had to get a cat, it probably would be a Maine Coon because they get the size of
Yeah,
a dog. So it'd probably
yeah,
make me feel like I had a dog.
yeah. They're big cat.
So I remember one time we rented a home here in Georgia and we got a dog. And the dog kept digging up this part of the house, you guys.
Mhm.
This is really crazy. And we do know that the previous people who either rented or owned the home had cats.
Mm.
And the dog was digging up a bag with a huge cat.
Oh
And now
my
that I
God.
realize it must have been a man coon, it
Maine
must
Coon.
have been. But I'm wondering why
Mm.
they preserved the cat like that.
I don't know, because I mean, I would never. I love every pet I've ever had.
Mm.
I don't think I would have went
Mhm.
to state of preservation of its body. I probably would have,
Wow.
definitely had a funeral, but definitely not a preservation.
We
of
were
the
a little
body.
concerned because I never saw a cat that big, but it definitely had like it still had a little bit of the fur on it.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
I wish you guys could see Jen's face right now.
I'm just in,
No, Jen, it was so
I don't know what to
big.
say. I'm speechless.
It
They're
looked
huge.
like a baby lion almost. It was just so big, but we do know for a fact that the previous owners had cats
Okay.
in the basement.
They're so beautiful. I mean, Maine Coons are there, and they look just so prestigious and regal. That's the
It
word I'm
looked
looking
like
for.
a lion to me.
They have the pointed ears, kind of like
Yeah.
like a cougar may have with
Yeah.
a little bit of fur on the end, but their tails are big. That's where they get the
Mhm.
coon part from, Maine Coon.
Okay, the
It's
tail.
from the state of Maine, and
Oh,
then coon for
okay.
raccoon. So it's Maine Coon. That's what the
Oh,
name
I
is.
Is it a
never knew
common cat?
that.
I don't really know.
I think they became mixed breeds like back in the maybe I may be using the wrong dynasty type guy, so nobody ping me
Mm-hmm.
on. I think they came from like maybe like back in the Ming dynasty, it's like a mixed breed of cat. They were
Mm.
fixed, as a lot of pets are, a lot of animals are
Yeah.
this type of cat. But
Oh.
their main. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me. But they are very large cats. But I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier in the beginning of the segment. You were mentioning about. I said I don't like cats being declawed.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think that's very inhumane. It's just like someone snatching out us as a human, snatching your fingernails out.
Or your teeth.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I say
Oh,
fingernails, I said,
wow.
your hands.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's very painful for them, of course.
Hmm.
So imagine, would you want someone to snatch your fingernails out? No.
No, I did not
So
know
for
that's
me, when
how
it comes
the
to
process was.
cats, to dogs, even, I don't think too many people get dogs declawed, but cats is
No,
very
we
common
just
that
trimmed their
people,
nails.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
you can
trim.
trim a cat's nails. Just
Yeah,
like the
okay.
same way you go to the groomers, they can trim your cat's
Yeah.
nails. Because with the cat in their claws, they have nerves and veins that go down into
Hmm.
their claws. That's what called the traction and the
Oh,
retraction of their
wow.
claws.
Yeah.
So if you ever seen someone cut their cat's nails with even just regular nail clippers and they cut too close,
Hmm.
and just like when you cut your nail to the quick,
Yeah.
same way with cat,
Yeah.
there's nerves in there.
Dogs too. Yeah,
Yeah.
dogs
So
too.
for me,
You have to
I
be
am so
careful.
against. I think it's just so inhumane to declaw a cat.
And so interesting is, and
Wow.
I've heard of that.
Mhm.
I've never heard of anyone declawing a dog
Okay.
No.
or denailing a dog.
Mhm.
Denailing, taking the nails.
The dogs don't scratch furniture. They don't scratch, wood and stuff. Like that's why I hear about cats having scratching posts.
Yes,
They're
Yeah.
yes,
scratching
yeah.
on.
My cat has always had a scratching post, and they have the scratching pad But
Okay.
you do know, for those who don't know, just real quick, when cats are doing it, they're sharpening their claws.
Mm.
Oh, thank you for
So
telling me that.
that's when they're scratching, they're sharpening their claws. So that was why for me, Trinket always had a scratching post. She had a scratching pad, but I would have to take her to the groomers to get her nails clipped down, not
Okay.
snatched out, not declawed, but to keep them trimmed and almost squared off. Because again, they also use their claws to groom themselves.
Yeah, and probably as a defense mechanism too,
And
as
definitely the
dogs
defense
bite,
mechanism.
cats will scratch.
Yes. So when
Okay.
a cat is declawed and they happen to get out the house, they have no way to defend themselves. If
Oh,
a stray dog
wow.
or even another cat attacks,
Yeah.
there's no way to defend themselves. They have no claws.
That
Yeah, 'cause
makes
they have those sharp claws, and that's where I guess cat fights come from.
Literally.
When
no,
people are
that makes a
cat
lot of sense.
fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. And I was also going to say, when it comes to cats and dogs, when cats are in heat, they make the craziest noises.
Sound like people fighting.
Yes, I've heard them outside my window, stray cats. I'm like, what is that screeching noise?
They're ready to get it on and popping.
I'm like, oh
Let's
my
get it
God.
on.
Wow. Get it out. Wow.
Yeah, cats are definitely different, I will say. Well, you've given us a lot of insight, Lovey, into the cat.
And I
I'm
thank
still
you,
not
Lovey.
convinced. I'm
Thank
not
you.
still convinced, but
Neither am I. But I
Just love
appreciate the
everybody. And just
information.
like me, somebody could be on the show with us right now saying that snakes are the best pets ever and give us
Baby,
all
you
the reasons
better
why snakes
you
are. And I would
you
still
better
never get a
not.
snake.
You better
Jen just
not have
started
a snake
scratching when you
around me.
mentioned
You
snakes.
better
And I
not, baby. If I
yeah,
hear
yeah,
if I hear you have a pet snake, I would never visit you.
exactly.
Never. Because I'm
Never,
always thinking if it gets out that cage,
ever.
it's gonna be tearing up some furniture up in here, climbing your wall. Yeah, it's
That
not gonna
part.
be pretty.
Yeah. So the same way with us talking about cats and dogs, I'm sure someone's just as passionate about snakes,
Yeah,
gerbils,
yeah.
hamsters,
Birds, parrots.
Yep, the
Yes,
guinea
bird
pigs.
parrot. Yep, guinea pigs. Yep.
Heifer.
No, mama bird. No, mama bird.
Heifer, 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 heifer.
Number I love talking birds. My dad, I went to visit my dad in New York. I probably was like 7 or 8. And there is New York never sleeps. So there was a 24-hour malls. My dad was like, I want to take you to the mall to watch the cursing bird. And I'm like, what? And the bird, people walk by the bird cage. That bird knew more
Yeah,
words than we did. It's like it really
He
knew
got a
some
foul
vulgar
mouth.
words, huh?
Got a foul mouth.
It did. It knew some vulgar words. I'm like, interesting. I'm like, I just walk up and it just cursed me out as a child. Like, Dad, why would you do that?
I want to know since we're talking about dogs and cats, if there was no dog and cat, just hypothetically, what would be your next choice of pet, Brea?
Next choice of pet without, I can't choose a cat and I can't choose a dog.
Can't choose cat or dog. It needs to be a domesticated animal.
What about a rabbit? I have had a rabbit before. as a
Me
child.
too. I've
Choose a
always
rabbit.
wanted a rabbit. My mom would
Ate
not let me
mine.
get one. Wait, what, Lovey? You ate your rabbit? Oh, okay. Interesting.
Listen,
Hey.
okay, look, I had a rabbit real quick. Named ZZ Top.
Oh,
Off the, I believe ZZ Top was a rock group. at
It
the time.
was.
Okay.
It
yeah.
was.
Mhm.
So when I was young, I had a rabbit named ZZ Top, and me and my brother, we would get into a little bit of mischief. We had some neighbors, and this was in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we would climb on our neighbor's shed. And I guess we dented the shed. I know, Jen, stop.
Janice, Brea was bad.
Beautiful
I
as,
guess
as Brie is, I cannot see her doing any tomboy activity.
Oh no, I was a tomboy. And we would climb on the neighbor's shed, and I guess they found out. So we dented the shed, and they basically went to our house and told my mom. And this was a beautiful rabbit, you guys. Big, fat. We love this rabbit. We probably had the rabbit for about a year,
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
less, maybe 6 months to a year. And he said, well, instead of paying us for the dent to our shed, we want your rabbit.
No.
Oh my God. Well, we would have had to pay.
Jen, they took our rabbit. My mom gave them the rabbit because we didn't have the money to give them
ZZ.
a ZZ Top. Shout out
Oh,
to ZZ.
Shout out to you,
shout out to
Zizi.
ZZ. Yeah, Brie, I've always wanted a rabbit. I had a cousin that had a rabbit. My mother would not let me get a rabbit. I wanted a white rabbit so bad.
ZZ was a white rabbit. Yep, a big
Oh my
fluffy white
God.
one.
Yes. And if I couldn't have a rabbit, I would love to have a guinea pig.
Okay.
I love, yeah, I almost got a guinea pig one time, and I was like, I was hooked onto guinea pig videos. And like people had little clothes. I'm like, I want a guinea pig. But then I realized I went to the pet store actually looking for one. Then I was realized I was scared to hold it. So I'm like, never mind.
Like holding a rat.
It was when I got to this pet store, I was all geared up. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a guinea pig. And when it was like the guy was like, "Can you hold?" I was looking, I said, I'm sorry, I can't. I
Mhm.
changed my mind.
Mhm.
But
And you know,
they were cute to look at though, watching
I
them,
don't like them.
run around on their little wheel and stuff and go through
Mhm,
their little tunnels.
mhm.
But yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. My daughter, she was a Jan. Did I tell you Jan and my daughter's birthday the same exact day?
No.
Yeah,
Yes, we are
They're both
twins.
ugh. Anyway, my daughter, real quick, had a guinea pig. And just a quick thing about guinea pigs, a little bit FYI, they have, of course, a very short life expectancy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're known for having seizures real bad.
Oh
So
wow.
my daughter's guinea pig was having seizures really bad. And I didn't know this until she had the
Hmm.
guinea pig. We took the guinea pig to the vet thinking that there was just something wrong. And that's when the
Yeah.
vet told us that guinea pigs and gerbils and hamsters are known for having seizures. And she just recommended we just
Wow.
put it to sleep. So
Oh,
that's
that's
what
so
we were there.
sad. Well,
Yeah.
I'm
So
glad I didn't get
yeah.
one.
So that after that, no more, sorry guys, no more guinea pigs because of the life expectancy. And they
Oh,
were known to have seizures. It's very common in those
I
type
would
of
have been
pets.
very sad about that.
It broke my daughter. I've never seen my baby cry as hard as she did that day.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I didn't get a
Um,
guinea pig.
to watch her put it to sleep.
I never ever heard of that.
Yeah.
Now I
I
know I
haven't
got my
either.
daughter for Christmas through my one of my coworkers. I got her hamster. And I
Okay.
didn't real I think it was a hamster or a gerbil. One of them, hamster gerbil. But the hamster or the gerbil, whatever it was slowly eating the babies.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
Yep. They
So
eat their
one day
babies.
there was 5,
Mhm.
and then 2 days later there was 4.
Yep.
And then
oh.
a week later there was 3.
Yep.
And there was just 1.
Yep. They do. They eat their young. Yep,
And
they have a-
unfortunately, dogs do too. Because
yeah.
I had a dog that did that one time. Like you said, it was 4. Then went back in the room. It was 3. And I'm telling my son, "Can you look for the body?" He said, I think she ate it. I'm like, oh my
No
God.
bodies. The
That's why
bodies are not to be
yeah,
found.
and that's
Yeah, and I
why
was like, I just could not imagine that happening. I was like, oh my God, I'm glad I didn't witness it. And yeah, it was
I've seen people in
tough,
the
tough
past,
to
they remove the
hear.
puppies from the
Mhm.
mom
Oh,
because
interesting.
of that,
Okay.
because they will eat the young.
Okay. And one thing about dogs, where dogs are very helpful at, is you have a service dog. For people that have different
Good, yes.
conditions, their dogs are trained to like alert someone, or to like they have a seizure to calm them down,
You
or
get
if
a
they
service
pass
cat.
out. Oh my God. Never heard of a cat doing anything for a human, but that's okay. Maybe I'm wrong, Lovey.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Maybe I'm lost, since you are the you are
Well,
the
Bree
cat
said earlier
expert.
that cats don't bring anything to the table. They're not beneficial, and they are. They're support animals.
Okay, I
That's
take
what I
back,
say.
They're
Lovey.
support
Maybe
animals.
Lovey, you mean emotional support or
Yeah,
service?
that
They're
that
different.
part. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
I take it back. Cats bring something to the table.
And you don't have to be
Thank you for
so.
the cat informations from our cat expert.
Retraction. Retraction.
I love you
Cats do
guys.
bring something to the table.
Thank
Okay.
you, Lovey. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Well, we are actually coming to the end of our segment talking about all things cats and all things dogs. What's your favorite? You guys, I can't with these guys. It has been a crazy show. But anyways, some people like cats, some people like dogs, snakes, birds, gerbils, hamsters, rabbits,
We left out horses.
Rats.
oh, no. The rats get trapped. Anyway,
I had a cousin that had rats. Yeah, I had a cousin
yeah,
that
I don't think that was intentional.
it was
Maybe
white
it was.
rats. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
dang. Okay, well, we got to go, you guys. We got to take a quick break, and we'll be right back talking about cats and dogs.
Okay, we're back from break, and I thank you all for listening to the Bizzy Brea Hot Topics show with Bizzy Brea herself, Lovie D, and me, Jen for Real 100. And we ask you to continue listening to us, Bizzy Brea Hot Topics, where we keep up with the beat in the streets. Hot 97.3, The Heat. And we're out. Holla.